Trophy. That was a memorable float.
The winner of the anniversary trophy was this float sponsored by the Lutheran Laymen's League. Oh, look at that.
More trophy winners, the Governor's Trophy, and this proudly went to the city of Long Beach and its fishy friends there.
Exhausting. Oh, and the sweepstakes grand prize trophy for the most beautiful float was won by Singapore Airlines Promotion Tourist Board. That is beautiful.
Believe it or not, they're even bigger and better this year. Now, for excellence in creative design, the Grand Marshal's Trophy went to Arco.
The last year tournament special trophy was awarded to this entry from the Oddfellows and Rebecca's. And we're going to say what these things mean.
What the award signifies, sure, because we have more winners today, of course. Santa Ana won the Pioneers Trophy for this beautiful float.
Excellence of Craftsmanship won the Director's Trophy for the city of St. Louis.
You know, as big as the floats were last year and as much animation as there was, you're going to see even more of it this year.
I can't believe what we're going to see this year.
While Computerland Corporation won the Mayor's Award for Originality of Design. Look at that.
The most unusual and unique float won the Judge's Special Trophy for the Baskin-Robbins Ice Cream Company.
Yeah, they have a float in the parade this year, too. It's a beauty.
It's sort of an ice cream float.
Yeah, more ice cream. For some reason, they're partial to ice cream. The students of Cal Poly Universities won the Founders Trophy for this self-built and decorated entry, and they built another one this year, we'll see.
Oh, here's the Best Animation Trophy, was won by the city of La Cañada, Flint Ridge.
Next, the Carnation Company won the President's Trophy for this beautiful float.
The Bank of America entry was voted the Queen's Trophy for the most effective display of roses.
This is the international trophies. You can see this was from the city of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, home of the Winter Olympics coming up. We'll see a float from them later.
Oh, that's right. And this little old lady brought the Isabella Coleman Trophy back. Remember her?
Yes.
Back to her sponsor, the Hilton Hotel Conrad International.
Sort of Isabella Coleman Day on the parade here. This is the Humor Trophy, and Transamerica Life Companies won it for this floral fantasy.
Okay.
Boy, you know, one of the great pleasures we have is before the parade, a couple of days before, we get to look at the float building going on.
That's a lot of fun.
And there are some really fantastic floats coming up today. One of the truly amazing features of this parade, of course, are the floats, which grow in complexity and design every year. We're going to take another quick trip back to some past float entries before today's parade starts in just a few seconds around here.
You know, it's interesting about all the technology that goes into these floats now. They're computerized, but the neat thing about it is the students are still putting pedals on, pedal by pedal with glue. What is this? Oh, my.
They've changed a bit over the years, haven't they?
They sure have.
Those are not real people. Those are animation, just to show you the amazing work they used to do.
This is what they're doing in high schools now.
Yeah, it really is impressive the way they've come. Although that's pretty good work itself, I would say.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
We see a lot of horses in the parade again this year. We saw one there.
Oh, yeah, I love the horses.
So this was obviously in the post-flight age.
Look at
we at least know that.
Wow.
$1940, it says.
That's 1940? That's awfully sophisticated. Oh, my.
The volunteers stayed represented there.
Is that all?
We never lose our desire to see bathing beauties in the parade there.
Oh, my.
That's the roller skating float.
Oh, my.
A modest entry.
People are really flying by the seat of their pants in this parade. You know, anything can happen.
Catalina, there's Pasadena Merchants Association from days gone by. The L.A. County Fair. You ever been there? That's a beautiful, out in Pomona. It's a wonderful event.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to school out in Pomona.
Now, this is a long one,
that.
huh?
I wonder if that got the animation award. Or the length award.
Yeah, why don't we give our own? Let's give a Marquee Post award to one
Yeah.
here. You pick one you like.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
See, we can have snowmen in Pasadena. It's possible. And the crowds, as you can see, even back then, were huge. We expect over 1 million people lining the streets of Pasadena today.
I don't know if our television audience can hear the din back there, but there's a lot of people behind us, so I hope you can hear us.
If you can't hear a din, you can't hear anything. That's my feeling. There's another.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm just.
Let's talk about the amount of lug nuts that went into these floats, shall we, Pat? I wonder if this is the Queen.
And I wonder what she's doing today, and I wonder if she's watching. And
I'm sure she is. I don't know anybody who doesn't watch this parade. I truly don't.
UCLA was obviously in the Rose Bowl that year.
Yes. That's right. We have 2 entries from the 2 schools playing today. Ice cream is big.
Well, it's a great tradition, and you can see why. Every year, whether we look back at these old films or whether we see what's coming today, they are just beautiful. We are starting to hear some activity out there.
Yes,
That's good.
I can hear it. This is very exciting.
It's coming up, folks. Just ahead, 1987 Rose Queen Kristen Harris and the Royal Court. Right after this.
Once a person discovers new strawberry Newtons, he doesn't want to share them with anyone.
No! Billy!
New strawberry Newtons.
We got a game going.
Full of real chewy fruit.
Wanna play?
Tucked inside a very quiet cookie.
Wanna pitch?
Mm-hmm.
Then bring out the Newtons.
Delicious Newtons cookies. So fruit chewy, you'll want them for yourself.
We'll let you win.
Hey, I avoid sugar. That makes me feel good about me.
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. You've got new carefree sugarless gum, fresh to taste that sugar-free. Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree.
Carefree's got such a great fresh taste. Why would anyone chew gum with all that sugar?
Feeling carefree. Nothing's wrong.
Tom Kennedy hosts a team of TV's funniest stars.
Thank you. Okay.
On the new comedy game show, Wordplay.
You don't want to miss it.
This week.
Boy, oh boy, have we got a parade for you. And what a way to open the 1987 Tournament of Roses Parade than with this truly magnificent centennial salute to the volunteers and human service agencies of the United Way of America. And it's really it's more than a float.
It's an incredible display. It combines over 400 young marching singers, musicians, and flag bearers with 18 international floats flanking the band.
What we're looking at is a 700-foot-long human rainbow. It's going to be passing your screen, nearly 3 city blocks long. It's designed to symbolize the idea of world hope through volunteer effort. What an ambitious project this has been.
And I understand it didn't qualify as a float for the awards, but it certainly is a magnificent effort.
Yeah, and if this is an indication of what we can expect the rest of the parade, and believe me, folks, we've seen what's coming, and it is. You're in for quite a morning's treat. And there's the theme, a world of wonders.
It sure is, Pat.
These hundreds of young folks are from all over the country. And, of course, there are thousands of people from all over the country throughout Pasadena today.
I think what we're hearing is the Pasadena City Police float.
I hope so, yes. By the way, the little floats alongside are decorated with all sorts of flowers, and I'm gonna try my hand at some flowers.
Oh, I thought
today.
you were going to pass it to me.
No, I was a little
appreciate
cowardly
that.
last year. I'll try it.
All right.
Some I can't pronounce. Roses, I can say that one. The rest is up to you.
Calendulas, marigold,
I'll get the
iris.
next one.
Oh,
I could have done iris.
you could have done iris?
Yeah.
All right, do this one here.
Orchids. Thank you very much. I'll be displaying my flower expertise as time goes by.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And on it goes, hundreds of feet.
Oh, there, now we can hear them.
You're going to be hearing a lot of great music as the parade goes along, filled with bands, and we will attempt to be quiet occasionally, let you listen.
Yes, we'll try to keep the patter down to a minimum. The little floats that are on the side are each symbolize architectural and cultural symbols of the nations throughout the world. It's really a wonderful combined effort. Here we are. I think this is the end coming up, the pulling up the rear. This is the United Way float.
Well, those young folks have a long way to walk here along the 5+ miles of the parade route. But their enthusiasm will not wane, I can tell you. I've been at the end of the parade, and they strut just as spiritedly at the end as they do right here.
Hard to imagine the organizational nightmare it must have been to get everybody fitted for the right clothes, let alone on an airplane and here.
They did it.
They sure did it. There's a lot of heart in this presentation. I love this one. Marking their 36th Rose Parade appearance today is the Long Beach Mounted Equestrian Unit, riding beautiful, white-maned, golden Palomino horses, led by Marshal Norbert Dean. These riders are all honorary deputy officers dressed in colorful Western costumes, complete with silver-trimmed gun belts, hello, and classic six-shooters of the Old West. Out of these 16 riders, 5 are related.
Wow.
So this makes them truly a family affair, Pat.
And the bonus question is, can you pick the 5 who are related? Game shows are my life, you know.
The Long Beach Mounted Police, Norbert Dean.
You know, Marky, for some reason, there is one particular float that I look forward to every year, and it's going to be coming up soon. Get ready for it. I'll just give you a little hint.
All right.
It is from Catalina Swimwear. That's it.
I understand.
I want to be sure everyone stays tuned here.
We saw the float, but we didn't see the accoutrement, did we?
And here
Speaking
it comes.
Of the devil, Pat.
Yeah. It's called Cleopatra, Dawn of Beauty, again from Catalina Swimwear. And look at those accoutrements.
Portraying the legendary Egyptian beauty Cleopatra is the reigning Miss Universe, Barbara TThe from Venezuela, with Miss USA, Christy Fitchner, and Miss Teenage USA, Allison Brown, acting as ladies-in-waiting. There they are, Pat.
Lovely ladies.
Yes.
Strapped in there for their safety and comfort. But I guess I won't run up to the float. Those guys look as if they're there
Well,
for
there
protection.
is something for everyone on this float, isn't there?
Those giant Sphinx figures, by the way, say that's 6 times fast, are made with chrysanthemums, corn husk, and dried seeds, I'm told, by the flower specialist here. And those flickering torches there, look at the way they turn. You can see a lot of animation on these floats. They're made of carnations and straw flower petals. It is amazing what they do. And, of course, everything has to be covered by plant life of some kind.
That's right. Everything has to be completely organic.
They never return my calls. Everything but the pyramids on that float.
Yes. You know, those back winds are so high that they had to have them on hydraulic lifts to lower and bring them up and lower them to get under freeway passes to get here.
That's right. From the point they build them to the parade start, they have some kind of low bridges to get under. So they have to take that into consideration when they build them. Otherwise, they're in trouble. It is amazing how they get the realistic look to faces on these floats. And they do it with flowers.
Yeah. Here, making their 3rd Rose Parade appearance, comes the 200-member Burlington Teen Tour Band from Ontario, Canada. This group has recently toured England and France and makes nearly 100 appearances a year. Their director is Don Allen. Imagine playing in a band that takes you to France and England. That's a thrill.
I play nothing, so I can't even imagine playing in a band, actually. I guess of all the places a band can appear, this is probably the most coveted, and it's quite an honor for them to be here. The selection committee who does this,
Yeah. Well, Ontario, Canada should be very proud of this band. That's a classic. This piece, I don't even know what it is, but you hear it.
You don't have to write us, folks. We'll look it up.
Chris will know what it is.
You know, we mentioned Cal Poly Universities earlier, and we wanted to see what they were up to this year. Well, this is the leader of the float here. And you'll see the whole apparatus coming up in just a bit. They have done it again this year. You know what they do with the Cal Poly Universities? They build them on separate campuses, the Pomona campus and the San Luis Obispo campus, and then they join them together.
That's right.
It's a total student effort. They, in fact, grow their own flowers.
They grow their own flowers. I think that's so neat.
Anyway, we have a group of playful penguins on this float, receiving a surprise visit, as you will see, from a submarine. And there we go. Periscopes up. Or up periscopes. I never commanded a ship. I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's adorable.
Now, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, weren't you going to say something about fiber optics and explain fiber optics briefly to us? Because all of the animation is controlled on board by electronic computers using fiber optics.
That's right.
We'd like a brief, succinct little description of that, if you would, Pat.
Well, fiber optics, to put it in layman's terms, are fibers that are optical. Thanks a lot for that information. I appreciate that. All right.
Why did Okay, next. These are the members of the Freddie Lee Miller Arabian Equestrian Group, led by Freddie Lee Miller.
Makes sense.
Dressed resplendently, I've always loved that word, in colorful Arabian costumes. These riders are portraying the 12th century Sultan of Saladin, ruler of all America, of all Arabia.
Yeah.
Hello.
They can rule
with his
whatever they
royal
want.
court, yes. Sultan of Saladin, ruler of Arabia.
It's one of the oldest breeds known, horses, that is. And in fact, many of them starred in early cowboy movies. And they're run by fiber optics too.
They're beautiful too, and the costumes are beautiful.
I'm told the horses are fitted with special shoes to kind of make things a little easier for them along the parade route.
That makes sense because the pavement is hard on horses with horseshoes on.
Hard on
look
me.
at their beautiful, beautiful. They have had manicures. They showed their hooves and they had beautiful manicures on their hooves.
Yeah. I guess it would be a pedicure.
Of course.
Think about that for a moment. Well, next up, the WGAL Corporation salutes the splendor of Thailand with this ornate presentation of that nation's beauty, and it is beautiful.
Yes.
Authentically costumed Thai dancers are aboard, performing on rotating stages, and they have royal barges gliding back and forth past an ornate structure styled after the Thai Royal Palace. We have eucalyptus there, we have silverleaf, seeds, and all sorts of
Dendrobium orchids. I learned to pronounce that for this.
Dendrobium orchids.
Dendrobium orchids.
That comes up again, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful country, and they've really captured the spirit of Thailand on this float.
It's true. Look at the detail on that face.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Thought it was our director. I'm sorry. And off they go. The splendor of Thailand.
Yes. Well, Pat, who better could represent today's parade theme of a world of wonders than a man who's recognized worldwide for his athletic accomplishments, television and motion picture appearances. Here's this year's Grand Marshal of the Tournament of Roses, Pele, riding in a handsome Landau carriage of German design with his brother Jair. He seemed like a nice man.
I am very honored to have been selected as Grand Marshal of this wonderful tournament of the Rose Parade here today. From the people of my country, Brazil, and my family, to all the family of the world, I wish Happy New Year.
Very nice gentleman. Enjoyed meeting him earlier.
Yes, he'd seen him.
And the crowd loves him.
Yes, they do. Have you seen him? He's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And
I wish he'd do a little flip for us and throw a ball over his head. And now here's another sports superstar, Merlin Olsen, with a few thoughts about today's upcoming game.
As a former Grand Marshal of this great Tournament of Roses parade, I can appreciate its beauty. But I can also promise you some great football later today, as Bo Schembechler's Michigan Wolverines, co-champions of the Big Ten, match up for the first time ever with John Cooper's Arizona State Sun Devils, the champions of the Pac-10. Great football, 4:30 Eastern Time. Join Dick Enberg and me for the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl.
Okay, Merlin, thank you very much.
Next, marching proudly into view comes the John Overton High School Marching Band from Nashville, Tennessee, under the joint musical direction of Joanne Hood and Rodney Webb, who have led these 244 young players in performances throughout the nation, including the Fiesta Bowl and the 100th birthday celebration of the Statue of Liberty. And I think they have some fans down there.
Yeah. A lot of proud moms and dads, and cousins and uncles and aunts looking in.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that before, have you? Feather fans in a band?
It's a nice touch, actually.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Oddfellows and Rebecca's presenting this magnificent mirage, taking today's viewers to a lush desert oasis where swaying palms and beautiful detailed desert tents rise from the drifting sand. Hard to do drifting sand out of flowers and seeds, but they've done it. You know, we saw some of the intricate designs that they were putting together when we did the float visiting a couple of days ago, and now they have them on there. And I'll tell you, a lot of work involved, a lot of folks, young and old, volunteering their efforts, and they look great. All painstakingly crafted from thousands and thousands of petals and seeds.
Everybody.
I'm sorry, but I want to say that this organization is terrific. They support 60 homes providing care for orphan children and the ages throughout the U.S. and Canada, the Oddfellows and Rebecca's.
Good for them. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Here come members of the American Miniature Horse Association. These miniature horses are not ponies. They are true horses bred down to size since the 17th century. These mounts were originally highly valued pets of the European royalty. Can you imagine house training them? And their handlers are dressed in costumes of this period. And how about this, Pat? Listen to this. When traveling by airplane, these horses are considered excess baggage.
That is, unless you keep them under the seat in front of you.
Yes, aren't they adorable? And these are horses. Perfect
they
little
are
horses.
Cute. They're favorites of the viewers. I think that's Scott Baio, I think, is back us to us right now. Scott, wave this way. Oh, there he is.
You're absolutely right. It sure is. There he is.
I could just
Trying
watch them.
So
They're
hard.
fascinating, aren't they?
They're so sweet. Yeah. Oh.
I think she should walk a little slower.
Yeah.
You know, earlier, if you're with us, we looked at award winners from last year's parade, and we have a lot of award winners to talk about in this parade as well. And here's the first of them. This is the winner of the sweepstakes trophy. That's for the most beautiful entry in the parade.
This is the one. This is the biggie.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
It is, in fact. It's called A Garden Full of Wonders, and it represents the 4th entry in the Rose Parade from the Carnation Company. This float features 6 gigantic butterflies representing 6 continents of the world, and they're all undergoing metamorphosis. I remember that word from high school. There are fuzzy caterpillars aboard, spinning themselves into sleepy cocoons, and of course becoming out of these magnificent butterflies. And of course it's from the Carnation Company, so it's decorated with a lot of, what do you think? Carnations.
Carnations.
Sure.
I was going to say ice cream.
No. There's a caterpillar. Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Look at the animation on that.
I've seen one of those on my tomatoes. Well, no wonder it's a trophy winner, huh?
Yes. Boy, I think everybody should, at some point in their lives, take a trip out here and see these things live, because they're beautiful. As beautiful as they are on television, they're even more magnificent in real life.
Every year they get bigger, and they do more of this kind of animation, you see. You know, you wonder as you watch a parade, how are they going to top it next year, but they will.
Well, we're coming into the Queen. The Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association proudly presents its 98th Rose Queen, riding this morning with the members of her royal court.
I'm Queen Kristen Lee Harris, from Arcadia High School.
Andrea Kathleen Milligan of Arcadia.
Felicia Roshan Smith of Pasadena.
Sandralee Waltrip of Arcadia.
I am Diane Carol Welch of Arcadia.
Jennifer Lynn Hayes of Temple City.
Mary Sandra Davis of San Gabriel.
They're a fine-looking group of gals, and all sweet ladies, too. I had a chance to meet them a little earlier, and they're tickled to be here, and we're tickled to have them.
Well, Pat, from our booth, I see a familiar face in today's crowd who's about to star in her own upcoming NBC comedy series, The Tortellis. Good morning, Jean Kasem.
Good morning, Marky, and good morning, Pat. And Happy New Year to you and probably the largest viewing audience in Rose Parade history. Some 350 million viewers today, some of whom I hope will tune into The Tortellis when we debut January 22nd, following Cheers. And when we return, the president of the Tournament of Roses Parade, and we'll see the world's largest and biggest hat tricks.
Live from Hollywood, it's the Bet You Buy the Chip Show, starring me. And now, I'll be the first contestant to bite a Chips Ahoy cookie without biting a chip. I bit a chip, but I'm cool. Hey, it's like a chocolate chip party going on here.
Sam, your homework.
Chips Ahoy, original in the blue bag, chewy in the red. Bet you bite a chip.
Wheat thins, something like a cracker, but more like a snack. Just for you snackers, crunchy delights, kinda like a cracker, but more snack bite. Oh, they're thin and square, and they're light as air, and they're honest to goodness with snackers. Wheat thins, just for you snackers, something like a cracker, but more like a snack.
Try our cheese and nutty flavors, too. Wheat thins, just for you snackers.
What in the world has Wendell Woodbury been up to lately?
But, Mom, I'm your #1 son, remember?
Be a part of Wendell's world on News Center 8.
Welcome back. Happy 1987 to you all. And back we go to the 98th Tournament of Roses Parade. And it is band time. 250 students in this musical group. The Tournament of Roses Honor Band, wearing red and white military-style uniforms, accented, of course, with rose emblems. Their 57th consecutive parade appearance. They're selected from schools within the Pasadena Area Community College District. They're performing under the musical direction of James Arnwine. Well, New Year's Day is being celebrated by children across the world in many ways, of course. One such approach is being celebrated on this next float by the city of Duarte, California, and the City of Hope National Medical Center, who both share one common goal, and that's enhancing the quality of life by promoting healthful living.
And to celebrate this, these happy children are getting ready to take a swing at a colorful piñata, probably hoping to get a share of the surprises inside. All part of this morning's International Fiesta.
Should we give away the secret we know about the piñata?
I don't think so.
All right, we won't tell.
Maybe later. We'll save it for later.
Call Marky at home. She'll tell you.
Oh. Okay, Pat, we are back with another first in Rose Parade history. Let's hear it for the appearance of the American Donkey and Mule Society, led by Marshal Crystal Elzer. Do you know, Pat, that donkeys and mules played an important role in the building of our country?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Well, did you also know that they played an invaluable role in the excavation of the nearby Rose Bowl Stadium site in the 1920s? According to this society, 1987 marks the 200th year of the mule in America.
Well, I'll run out and get a card. I had no idea they played such a role.
Me neither.
Very nice. Actually, they're good-looking beasts, aren't they?
Actually, they are. They don't look too awfully stubborn.
We have another winner here. This is the winner of the President's Trophy. That's for Best Floral Presentation. And another deserved award, as you can see. Some very lucky children of the world are taking a magical carousel ride in this fun-filled circle of friends from the Atlantic Richfield Company. And boy, talk about things going on a float, huh? Boy, the kids have got to be having fun there. A lot of love. A specially designed friction drive system drives the merry-go-round, which carries members of the International Children's Choir riding on all sorts of animals from all over the world. And it seems to be functioning perfectly.
Yes. I think it would be quite an honor in the Rose Bowl parade to get an award for the most effective floral presentation. I think that would be quite a thrill. Look at that.
A lot of carnations on that float. 25 varieties, they say.
My.
Now that's a good way to start a new year, huh? You ride on a float in front of hundreds of thousands of people in one of the great traditions in America.
Next comes a true flight of floral fantasy. The city of Burbank's 53rd Rose Parade entry features a group of pheasants from all around the globe. Okay, in front is a brown-eared pheasant from India, the second an Elliott pheasant from Asia, and two captured in flight are North American ring-necked pheasants.
I didn't know you knew that much about pheasants and mules.
I'm
seem
really
to be your
good with
specialty.
pheasants and mules. Burbank, listen, Burbank is one of the few remaining cities which still builds its own float with completely volunteer labor of residents ranging in ages from 8 to 80 years old. I think there's a lot of Burbank people down there.
Yeah. Well, it's practically next door to Pasadena.
Yes.
And we'll be right back with more exciting parade coverage after our stations identify themselves.
Sunday on an all-new Our House, will the kids publish Gus's secret book?
I don't want you snooping around my things, do you hear me?
Then on Valerie, being a mom can kill you.
A mom? You ruined it. I was going to assassinate you.
Give your spirit to live with Valerie.
This is the worst day of my life, and I'm not even dressed yet.
Come home Sunday.
Penn State and Miami fight it out for the national championship here at the Fiesta Bowl Friday night at 8. And before the game, watch our live preview, The Battle for Number 1 at 7:30 on Channel 8.
Presenting the rewards of taking care of your high blood pressure.
Well, honey, this house is what we've always dreamed of.
And worked for.
I'm glad we're both around to enjoy it.
Mom, Dad, we're open for business.
And we couldn't have done it without you.
Grandpa, I'm really glad you could make it.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big hand for John and Nancy Tanner and their silver wedding anniversary.
Be around to enjoy the wonderful things in life by taking care of your high blood pressure. Take your pills, watch your weight and the salt. After all, it's your life. Make it a long and happy one.
Well, it's only the beginning, and you're all invited back for a golden one.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming.
High blood pressure, treat it for life.
Hi, I'm Doug Allen.
And I'm Nancy Byrne. Here's to a Happy New Year.
From all of us at PM Magazine.
Next up, the man who selected the theme of the parade, the president of the Tournament of Roses, Fred W. Sodwittle.
Thank you, Pat. Happy New Year to all from my family and all the members of the Tournament of Roses who have worked so hard all year long. Today, an international rainbow of wonders is on parade here in Pasadena, and I hope that this glorious spectacle will bring people together in joy, peace, and harmony from our town to yours. Happy New Year.
Following Mr. President Sodwittle from Holland, Michigan is the 180-member Marching Dutchman Band. And here is 17-year-old student band member Heather Blaukamp.
High School Marching Dutchman Band, and from the home of the Holland Tulip Time Festival, I am Heather Balkamp, wishing you a very happy New Year. And it is with pride that we march 5.5 miles in wooden shoes. Remember, say yes to Michigan.
And they are wearing wooden shoes. Looks like.
That would be cruel and unusual punishment.
It seems like it.
They really are. Oh.
Well, I hope they're wearing wooden socks. Maybe that will help cushion the blow.
I hope they're wearing pairs and pairs of socks. Oh, that's cute.
Well, we have another winner here. This is from the city of Arcadia for Best Achievement in Floats 35 feet and under in length, the Princess's Trophy. And we're saluting the world of magic here. Oh, look at the balloons are coming out, the rabbits coming out of the hat. This is another case where they had to be able to lower the float here to be able to get it to the parade side. There he goes.
The rabbit had to go. Oh, my gosh. Now, I didn't know he could do that.
And down he goes. Just such magnificent work they do.
I'm really impressed with that. I think that's wonderful.
He's coming out later. That's really a 30-foot hat trick there.
Yes, sure is.
And we have some magicians hard at work there. I never did figure out how they did that. Miss Arcadia and her court, by the way, are also on board there. And Bunny's coming back.
Prancing down Colorado Boulevard comes the California Pasofino group, marking their first entry in the Rose Parade. This unique breed of horse is the oldest in America, tracing its ancestry to the Spanish Janet horses. They're an easy-gaited breed, originally brought to America by Christopher Columbus on his second voyage from Spain. The group is being led by Marshal Charles Minter of Agua Dulce, California.
You ride, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Oh. Now, that's an easy gait.
Easy for you. Well, what Tournament of Roses would be complete without our traditional Big Ten Mr. Football? And before we see him, we're going to see some of those great University of Michigan cheerleaders there. They're obviously getting in a little pregame practice. Careful. Oh, nice. They're going to be cheering on their champion Wolverines in the ultimate challenge of collegiate football.
You used to do that, didn't you, Pat?
Oh, I still do. There's Mr. Football. And coming up now is Michigan's legendary coach, Bo Schembechler.
On behalf of the University of Michigan football team and our staff, I'd like to wish everyone out there a very happy 1987.
Obviously, we have a lot of folks from Michigan and the surrounding areas joining us here.
Happy people. Well, Pat, show me some cheerleaders, and I'll show you a band. All 225 members of the 1986 Michigan Marching Band, to be exact. This musical group was the first Big Ten band to perform in the Rose Bowl game in 1948 and has since appeared here 9 more times, rooting on their team to victory. They are performing under the musical direction of Eric Becker and Robert Reynolds.
Well, here we're celebrating the wonderful season of the melting of winter and the flowering of spring in this float by the Bakery, Confectionery, and Tobacco Workers Union. It's entitled Sweet Switzerland. Yum, yum. We have a gingerbread cottage here nestled in Swiss Alps. And there's the cottage. Now, the Alps are actually overturned ice cream cones. My kind of mountain climbing there. Now, you may recognize one fellow on this float. Because he is the legendary Mr. Blackwell. He's playing a Swiss yodeler. He's a fellow who does that worst dress list every year, right?
Yes.
He may make his own list this year.
Well, I don't know, but I'm dusting off my lederhosen. I don't know about you.
A little joke, Mr. Blackwell. Don't take it out on us. Actually, few people know his first name is actually Mr.
Mr.
Yes.
Well, he looks dapper.
Yeah, he does. I wonder if you could eat a float. I would like to do that. That looks great.
It does. Don't miss a moment of the excitement. Just ahead, huge floats, bands, and magnificent horses right after this.
I'm about to offend a lot of steak lovers by covering this beautiful sirloin with ketchup. You wouldn't do that, right? Yet you'd pour ketchup on a burger. And isn't that chopped steak? Try A1 steak sauce on your burger instead of ketchup. Its herbs and spices bring out the natural flavor of steaks. It makes hamburgers taste like steak burgers. So don't cover it. Discover it with A1. And save the ketchup for your fries.
Oh, it's beautiful. Did Daddy see it?
Mr. Macho cried.
Hey, I always cry when I'm hungry.
What goes great with happiness? Something sitting on the Ritz. Everything will taste better. Tastes better when it's sitting on the Ritz.
Ritz makes food taste great.
When it's sitting on a Ritz.
Try low salt Ritz, too. Great Ritz taste with less salt.
Nabisco.
By popular demand, Remington's back in a 2-hour action movie. And if you thought their wedding was wild, wait till you see the honeymoon, Monday.
Our Nabisco family has a wish for your family and for families all over the world. It's one of peace and health and happiness. And perhaps in this new year, we can find time to explore and appreciate the beauty of this world we live in. Take time to smell the flowers. Now let's go back to the parade. They got some wonders going on.
Oh, goody, coming up. This is an award. This is another award winner. This is for the Isabella Coleman Trophy, the award given to the most unusual and unique entry. From Singapore Airlines and the Singapore Tourist Promotion Board comes the next spectacular entry featuring a beautiful festival pagoda which turns to display an illusion of dazzling array of bright lanterns twinkling at night with its 75 aircraft strobe lights.
It is quite a sight. Representatives of this nation's 3 dominant cultures, Chinese, Malay, and Indian, are standing there on 2 graceful bridges which lead to 2 giant lion dancers.
My.
Now, alongside here we have some interesting goings on. And there are some of the lovely ladies on board. There are men aboard too. I tend to talk about the lovely ladies. I'm sorry.
That's perfectly all right.
I need to raise my consciousness. Now look at this, 42-foot poles this young man is carrying, and he's going to carry it along the entire parade route. When he gets tired, he just tosses it to somebody else.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah. It's apparently a major sport in Singapore.
Oh.
Look at that.
That's dazzling.
A couple of nervous people in the crowd, but I think they're going to be all right.
It's amazing how the actual human live effort brings the real oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Yeah,
you know?
right, exactly. Whoop.
Anything can happen.
Next up, the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Posse, led by Marshal Stu Saffine. This, by the way, is the oldest sheriff's posse in California, still actively participating in search and rescue efforts around their county. They do a terrific job.
I come from that county, actually. I'm from Walnut Creek.
Oh.
So I'm going to claim these people as mine.
Well, sure, you have every right to be proud. 250 horses is about the total you'll be seeing ridden in this parade today. Actually, the Rose Equestrian Committee is among the most active in this whole enterprise here. They search for the best groups in the nation. They look for expertise in horsemanship and show performance, and obviously their guidelines were well served there.
What a thrill it would be to be chosen. This is an animated Chinese dragon, the ancient symbol of life and growth. It's the central focal point of this city of San Bernardino's entry festivals of fantasy. The dragon head sways from side to side as he tries to catch the ornate ceremonial balls that surround him. 4 San Bernardino beauty queens ride alongside a vast festival lantern, which is covered with strawflower, marigolds, and corn husks.
Yeah, and
Isn't that interesting?
And honesty in reporting, we must tell you that they needed to be towed here.
They are being towed.
Had a little bit of a breakdown, but
it doesn't.
They
look so sad. Do you think that's because they're being towed?
No.
Well, you can't tell they're being towed. It's a beautiful float.
But it doesn't. That fact doesn't detract from the beauty at all.
Not a bit.
And he's doing his
I wonder
rocket.
if the fiber optics broke down, Pat.
Actually, he's on a spring there, so he can sort of float back and forth as the currents take him.
Right.
Well, here's another guy who's obviously going to enjoy 1987 with this new daytime comedy game show called Wordplay. Tom, I'm sorry, Tom, it's Wordplay. The lovely, the talented Tom Kennedy. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you, Pat, and to Marky. And I want to tell you, down here on street level is downright magical. I've been here before, but never like this. It's fantastic. I am very fortunate having a new show. If during the new year you are in for a few laughs along about midday, I'd like to suggest you turn in Wordplay. But in the meantime, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to wish all of you a very happy and prosperous new year. And believe me, there'll be lots more parade action coming along right after this.
Nothing's missing.
I can't believe it.
Low salt premium saltines. They taste so good you can't believe they're low salt.
I can't tell the difference.
Due to a special baking process, low salt premium has 40% less salt.
But still has salt on top.
Yeah.
40% less salt and all that fresh, crispy premium taste.
Can I have some more?
Also try low salt Triscuit, low salt wheat thins, low salt Ritz. Your favorite great tasting crackers with less salt from Nabisco.
I'm not an actor. I'm just a guy, 30 years old, who had a heart attack. I'm okay now, but I want to tell you one thing I learned from my doctor. Medical studies prove that a diet low in fats and cholesterol with foods like Fleischmann's margarine can actually help reduce the level of cholesterol already in your body. And that's one way you can help reduce your risk of heart disease. I thought you'd like to know that. Take care.
Fleischmann's margarine. Ask your doctor.
Think your cereal is nutritious? Put down your spoon and listen. Because a leading consumer magazine ranked 59 cold cereals on fiber, protein, sugar, sodium, and fat. And of those 59 cereals, they found 3 varieties of Nabisco shredded wheat topped the ratings, providing plenty of fiber and protein, no sugar, and very little sodium or fat. So before you pick up your spoon, pick up the leading cereal that topped the ratings, Nabisco shredded wheat.
Nabisco.
Well, coming up now in a classic antique carriage is the newly elected mayor of Pasadena, John C. Crowley, and his family. This carriage decorated by Els and George Hasenberg. They travel all the way from Holland every year to create the beautiful floral arrangements on this vehicle.
Marching to the traditional Japanese drum beat of Goshinjo Daiko is the leading marching youth band in Japan, the famous Noto Youth Band. Here's the band member, Mikiko Kamide.
My name is Michiko Kamide. We have traveled 6,000 miles from snowy Noto in Japan. Our band represents 6 junior and senior high schools. We are very happy to be in Pasadena, California to march in the Rose Parade.
Well, Well, here comes a special treat for all the baseball fans among us. The city of Los Angeles paying special tribute to their pride and joy. Dodger Stadium, which this year celebrates its 25th anniversary. Why, there's
Well, look who that is.
The skipper, manager Tom Lasorda. Oh, the newly trimmed manager Tom Lasorda. He's been pushing that linguine away there. Yeah. Those floral pictographs there, actually I prefer to call them baseball cards, show us some great moments in Dodger Stadium history, such as the 63, 65, and 81 World Series. And on board, let's see, we have some other Dodger players. We'll see if we can recognize any of them. I don't know. That fella's not on the team.
Now we have another award winner here, Pat. Awarded to the most whimsical entry, presenting out of the ordinary display in floral presentation. The city of La Cañada gets the judge's special trophy. Cruising down Colorado Boulevard comes the La Cañada Flint Ridge Tournament of Roses entry, Friendship Afloat. It features a penguin, a pelican, and a flamingo paddling this ocean liner through deep sapphire waters. While visiting the wonders of the world, these three web-footed waterfowl set a truly humorous sight in their wonderful vacation clothing of sun hats, sunglasses, and cameras. While steaming down today's parade route, this mighty boulevard liner tows a totally laid-back baby penguin basking under his umbrella and obviously enjoying this morning's crowd. I wouldn't mind seeing the parade that way myself.
Now, La Cañada Flint Ridge, pretty area, too.
That is very whimsical. That's adorable.
Well, now traveling over 15,000 miles from Amman, Jordan, to be with us today is the official band of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan and its armed forces. The band's 140 members, who range in age from 18 to 50, perform under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Jamal Zuriakat. And although it's New Year's morning here in Pasadena, it's about 8 p.m. in Jordan. I guess that's Jordanian prime time we're on here. But due to the wonders of satellite television today, I'll tell you, this parade is being broadcast to more than 225 million viewers in at least 40 countries of the earth.
I've never associated bagpipes with Middle Eastern instruments.
We try to entertain as well as educate here. Proud-looking bunch.
Making their 6th Rose Parade appearance today comes the Martinez family equestrian unit led by trick roper Benny Martinez Jr., riding his Mustang horse Napoleon. Benny and Napoleon have made more than 1,300 personal appearances in recent years. The group is dressed in authentic charro costumes and are riding on handmade Mexican saddles.
You think Napoleon's getting annoyed? Enough with the rope already, he's saying. No, that's...
Wow.
That's very nice.
That's harder than hula hoop.
Another trophy winner. This is for the best characterization of the romance of California. It's the Pioneers Trophy, and it goes to the Southern California city of Santa Ana for their float celebrating their community's strong Hispanic heritage in this really spectacular presentation of Folklorico. On board, we have dancers dressed in native costumes from 4 different regions of Mexico, performing alongside the huge sculptured floral figures. And again, it's amazing how they get that human touch with those flowers. This Quetzal dancing survives from pre-Spanish conquest days and is dedicated to the 4 elements of earth, wind, fire, and what's the other one? Peanut butter.
Crazy
water.
glue, I think you said the other day.
Water, actually. Now, more than 1,000 community volunteers did the work on that over the past few days.
This next equestrian group represents the International Andalusian Horse Association. These handsome white and silver horses are a rare and ancient breed popular in Spain and Portugal and are descended from the immense white war horses ridden by Hannibal the Great many centuries ago. Nabisco Brands is proud to present with NBC the Tournament of Roses Parade, an NBC Nabisco Family Showcase presentation.
What are you doing? Getting cheese balls for you.
It's no secret that people find Planters snacks irresistibly delicious. But what makes them even more appealing is that they stay that way between snacks. Because Planters canister locks in the flavor, so you'll want to eat all there is to eat.
You missed one, Mom.
Planters snacks. We put a lid on flavor.
I like new Giggles cookies because we've got 2 kinds of cream inside. He likes Giggles' funny faces. There's fudge and vanilla cream in each one. I can't believe how good this is.
New Giggles cookies. 2 kinds of cream in each funny face.
Are you going to eat that?
America's schools are in big trouble. Who will teach your children? Find out what it's like to be a teacher in NBC News White Paper Monday.
Next, from the wondrous world of the past, we have a great float coming up. It's called the Jewel of the Nile, and it's the entry from the city of Glendale, California. Celebrating the era of the great pharaohs, the 65-foot royal barge carries Glendale's tournament queen in royal court. That's a great ibex at the bow there, and there's the court and the queen, and they're looking good. And the helpers. Ibex is a great word for crossword.
Ibex?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Crossword puzzles.
Yes,
it's very good.
Later on today, 105,000 very excited football fans will be packed into the Rose Bowl Stadium. 5 young men and women of the Arizona State Sun Devil Marching Band, who today are marking their 15th anniversary by appearing here in the Rose Parade. While their coaches are praying for victory, this band is playing for victory today under the direction of band director Dr. Robert Fleming. What does that mean?
Well, Rand McNally and company takes this morning's million-plus Rose Parade crowd on a trip back to the gallant age of chivalry as this most royal procession travels down Colorado Boulevard. We have 4 enormous horses there covered with over 200,000 white chrysanthemums, all decked out in elaborate trappings of roses and carnations as well. The battle armor of these giant steeds is decorated with silver leaf and eucalyptus and lettuce seed. It's a good thing Alf's not with us this morning. He'd probably think it's a giant salad bar. Did you detect the subtle plug for another NBC program? I'm sorry. It just slipped out, ladies.
Oh, Alf? You mean... From the city of Harlingen, Texas, located 30 miles from the Mexican border, come all 250 members of Harlingen High School's Big Red Cardinal Marching Band. The bands performed all over America, including the Cotton Bowl. Band director Larry Guillaume proudly leads this group in their second Rose Parade appearance. Uh-oh, that tune. I'm going to be humming that all day.
That's right. That's the small world that you see it. Job. What a logistic nightmare. You pack all the uniforms, you pack all the instruments, and you pack all the kids, and you come to Pasadena.
And then you've got to keep them together musically.
Yeah, they all sound great. One of the underlying themes for today's World of Wonders is international friendship. And here to prove this is the City of Alhambra float entitled City to City Friendship, honoring its 2 international sister cities, Granada, Spain, and Shuswang, Taiwan. Now, at the front of the float, representing Granada, is the Fountain of the Lion. And at the rear, you'll be seeing, representing Shuswang, a replica of the Welcome Gates of Taiwan. And the bridge linking these two cities represents Alhambra. It all makes sense. By the way, Alhambra marks its 56th entry into the Rose Parade. And we see Miss Alhambra aboard and her royal court, as well as visiting representatives from Spain and Taiwan. So a very international presentation here.
Yes, it is.
And they've all learned the parade trick wave, which is to wave without wearing yourself out there.
That's
so
right,
you can keep it up for the whole parade.
I think it's the smile that hurts even more than the wave.
Yeah, but they're doing great.
Oh, here comes a perennial favorite among parade viewers, marking his 33rd Rose Parade appearance today as newsman George Putnam, with his riders mounted on splendid Palominos and American quarter horses, all decked out in silver saddles and tack. You know, Pat, some of these antique silver saddles we're seeing today are estimated to be worth over $100,000.
Wow. George always has a great time at these.
Yes, he does.
He's one of the legends here in Southern California. Float time again. From Bank of America comes the next entry celebrating nature's majesty. This royal float reminds all of us of the increasing need for the worldwide protection and preservation of the Earth's wilderness areas. One of our planet's rarer creatures, looking great there, the Bengal tiger and her cubs frolic in an exotic jungle. And they have a new method this year where they have flexible skin, kind of, on these moving creatures, which allow them to move without any visible mechanical joints, so the tails and necks can move around. Isn't that gorgeous?
Boy, and it is a smooth movement too. It isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't jerky.
Orange and yellow marigolds create those tigers there. A lot of carnations on board too.
Outstanding marching bands have always set the pace for the Rose Parade, and this next group from Forest Lake, Minnesota is no exception. Here, marking their first Tournament of Roses parade, are all 220 members of the Forest Lake High School Band, led by musical director Richard L. Hahn.
No one is missing a step. I'm impressed.
No. That's why they were selected.
Oh, I see.
Do not miss the excitement ahead, all here on NBC. Prehistoric monsters, special guests, and a salute to King Kong right after this.
Did you love those when you were little?
Peppermint Lifesavers?
Yeah.
More than boys.
Well, how about now?
No? Oh, I'm torn.
I bet you love to share them.
With the right person.
Well, what if I told you something special?
Try me.
Each one of those refreshing little mints has less than 10 calories.
Oh, so I could eat the whole roll.
Well, you wouldn't do that.
You betcha, Lifesavers.
Look at her.
She gave her butter to Bluebonnet Butter Blend. What's the world coming to?
They wanted a real buttery taste.
They got it in Bluebonnet Butter Blend.
I hear Bluebonnet Butter Blend tastes creamy, rich, and real buttery. Well, they'll never get our butter.
Never.
Bluebonnet Butter Blend. It tastes buttery because there's butter in it.
Blue's definitely your color.
Oh, thank you.
Wheat thins, something like a cracker, but more like a snack. Just for you snackers, crunchy delights, kinda like a cracker, but more snack bite. Oh, they're thin and square, and they're light as air, and they're honest to goodness, little snackers. Wheat thins, just for you snackers, something like a cracker, but more like a snack.
Try our cheese and nutty flavors, too. Wheat Thins, just for you snackers.
Well, in this next float, we travel all the way to the land of ancient wonders. Here, Transamerica Life Companies brings the ancient Aztec civilization to life with this mighty Aztec leader wearing an elaborate costume created with carnations, chrysanthemums, and marigold. That's really one of the most magnificent structures in this parade. And
here's Raul.
Raul, speaking of the designer, that's Raul Rodriguez. Also on board is former Rose Queen Amy Richelieu. I think that's Raul's godson.
I think it's his godson, yes. He's a kick. He showed us he personally gave us a tour of his floats, and he's made some just incredible designs. This year is his 200th float. Oh, there's Amy. There's Amy Richelieu, former Rose Queen.
And I can see why. But look at that face.
You know, that face is done with walnut shells.
Now from Fort Huachuca, Arizona, mounted on McClellan saddles and dressed in period Army blue and gold field uniforms of the 1800s, come the riders of B Troop, 4th U.S. Cavalry Regiment. Cavalry has arrived, promoting the proud heritage and tradition of the United States Army in the Southwest during the westward expansion of America. Marshal Roman Pulido leads the unit in its 3rd Rose Parade appearance.
Today, Kiwanis International brings to the parade something very special in this whimsical entry entitled Children of the World. Here, a friendly stork flies over the rooftops of the world to deliver one of the most cherished of all New Year's gifts, a child. But not all children are lucky enough to find loving homes. Today, among today's young riders is one such child, Gregory, who's here to represent the thousands of homeless children in the nation who desperately need adoptive parents.
Hi, my name's Gregory. And on behalf of kids and public county adoption agencies everywhere, Happy New Year to America.
Thank you, Gregory. Well, now this particular float has seaweed on it, Pat.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that the same as kelp? I don't know.
I imagine it is, yes.
Know.
The same thing you eat in sushi bars, I think, too.
I have a taste for some kelp now that we bring it up. The Portland Rose Festival invites parade viewers of all ages to remember the wonders of childhood with this magical Renaissance house. This majestic steed carries members of the International Children's Choir and Portland's 1986 Rose Queen Claudia Reimer along for the ride. By the way, you know, the rose is now the official floral emblem of the United States.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Oh, continuing one of the Rose Parade's best-loved musical traditions is the Salvation Army Tournament of Roses Band, making its 67th appearance here today. This year's band includes visiting international musicians from countries all over the world in which the Salvation Army works, and they're under the direction of Barry Gott.
See that menacing face there? The community of Irvine, California's first Rose Parade entry takes us back millions of years to a world of prehistoric wonders that we'll never see again unless it's on another float. Here, a fierce Tyrannosaurus Rex is on board. Let's see if I recognize some of the other creatures there. I saw a spiny Stegosaurus, a gigantic Brontosaurus, and all sorts of other sauruses. That's a pterodactyl up front there, flying along. Saber-toothed cat.
Is this the float that has the oranges on it and the potatoes?
There's a lot of fruit and vegetable
yes,
decorations.
There's actually potatoes to get that sort of, whole potatoes stuck into the. I wish they could get a shot of that and oranges on that front one there.
We saw some oranges a little
whole
earlier,
oranges, yes. Anything that grows in the ground or on a tree, I think, qualifies for these floats.
Well, Well, down among today's parade viewers is an old NBC friend, star of Stingray, Nick Mancuso. Morning, Nick. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Pat. Happy New Year, Marky. It's a great parade.
Yes, it is.
We're going to be coming back right after these messages. And stay tuned for more of the parade.
Nicely done.
Del Monte Fruit Snacks. Tear into one for real fruit energy. For a quick energy boost, tear into Del Monte Fruit Snacks. Like tropical fruit mix, luscious pineapple, papaya, coconut. Real fruit goodness, real fruit energy, concentrated. Tear into Del Monte Fruit Snacks. One powerful good snack. We grow energy.
Can you serve tacos at home that taste like they came from a fine Mexican restaurant?
Si, Ortega.
Can you get crispy taco shells made from fresh corn instead of processed corn flour?
Si, Ortega.
And a chunky taco salsa with the flavor of sun-ripened tomatoes, fresh onions, and fire-roasted chilies?
Si, Ortega.
Yes, for the taste of authentic Mexican food, Si Ortega.
Si, Ortega. Si, Ortega. Si, Ortega.
Oh, 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 my best friend and an Oreo cookie. She loves the crunchy chocolate. I like the creamy middle. Been eating them this way since we were very little. We'll always be friends with O-R-E-O. Friends are better when you pair them. Oreos are better when you share them.
Oreo cookies. Share them.
Nabisco.
Stingray is back, and this time it's a whole new game. Catch the return of Stingray Friday.
Well, here's a winner coming up, and you can see why. Winner of the animation trophy. What a crowd favorite. That is King Kong, billed by his sponsor, the American Honda Motor Company, as the 8th wonder of the world. Wow, that's a real person.
That is a brave young lady.
Do we know who that is? We should give her
We know who that is, and I love her name, especially under the circumstances. Her name is Karen Tremble.
I understand she can control some of the movements there.
I think she can control the movement of the hands. She's doing a great job. What a float.
Now, she has a tough job. She has to scream for the entire parade route. There's King Kong over the ruins of the city there. 1,000 pounds of cocoa palm fiber make up the gorilla hair there, which they had to comb out.
They combed it out. King Kong is probably used to a little help from this next entry, Abracadabra, the city of South Pasadena's 16-foot magician who is mystifying our Rose Parade audience with his amazing sleight of hand tricks. This entry will be featuring hundreds of live homing pigeons, which are released by this modern-day Houdini, filling the Pasadena skies as he makes his way down the parade route. Incidentally, Pat, this is another example of a fine float entry which was constructed, decorated, and funded entirely by volunteers. And they should be proud. Now let's talk about these homing pigeons.
Yeah, now they're letting homing pigeons go, and we're told that the homing pigeons will be able to find their way back even if the float moves down the parade.
Yeah, that's...
We're talking smart pigeons there. Well, back now to continue one of the Rose Parade's longest-standing musical traditions is the composite United States Marine Corps Marching Band, making their 38th appearance here this morning. Always a favorite of audiences everywhere. This 100-member group is made up of musicians from the Marine Corps bands at San Diego, Camp Pendleton, and El Toro, California. Today, the band is being led by music director Major H.E. Whitney Jr. Let's listen.
Another award winner here, and it's really especially nice because it's Giorgio's very first entry into the Rose Parade. This is the Grand Marshal's Trophy. It recognizes the excellence of the creative design, With this entry, Giorgio of Beverly Hills celebrates their 25th anniversary by turning a world of wonders into a world of elegance, creating this breathtaking scene of continental splendor in their first Rose Parade appearance today. Spectacular floral statues and enormous 23-foot-high fountains, reminiscent of the fountains of Apollo at the Palace of Versailles, provide an excellent showcase for these beautiful models wearing one-of-a-kind gowns designed by some of the most famous, celebrated fashion designers in the world today. And look at that.
Nabisco Brands wishes you, and I quote here, a healthy and happy new year. This Nabisco Family Showcase will continue in a moment.
The finer things in life. Happily, some are affordable, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon is so fine, it's even made with white wine. Its original French Dijon recipe adds distinctive flavor to beef, pork, and poultry, salad dressing and sauces, and of course, sandwiches. So enjoy one of life's finer pleasures.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon?
But of course. Grey Poupon, one of life's finer pleasures.
Oh, it's beautiful. Did Daddy see it?
Mr. Macho cried.
Hey, I always cry when I'm hungry.
What goes great with happiness?
Something sitting on a Ritz.
Everything will taste better.
Tastes better when it's sitting on a Ritz.
Ritz makes food taste great.
When it's sitting on a Ritz.
Try low salt Ritz too. Great Ritz taste with less salt.
Nabisco.
Welcome back. Now, this float features one of the world's rarest and most enduring of all wonders, pandas from China. Presented by the First Interstate Bank, this adorable mother panda and baby swing back and forth under an ornate pagoda-style roof, while other pandas play among colorful Chinese urns and lanterns. In all, over 75,000 carnations and over 800 pounds of black onion seeds were used to create these beautiful creatures. Black onion seeds are used for almost all the black detail, I think, on these floats. It's very interesting.
Well, we have more beautiful creatures coming up here among the noble equestrian units here today. Perhaps some of the best-known breeds we'll be seeing are these prancing Arabians, known for their intelligence and endurance. They are smart horses, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Marshal Bill Stack is there, by the way, of Lomita, California.
All the wonder and magic of Scheherazad's Tale of 1001 Nights is brought to life by Fan Steel's elaborate float, appropriately titled A Fantasy of Wondrous Flight. Here, magical flying carpets soar over the mystical streets and courtyards of an old Baghdad on a hidden roller coaster track. Riding on the float are various characters from the Arabian Nights, including the Caliph and the fabled storyteller herself, Scheherazade. Oh, look at him go.
I want one of those.
There
the
she
blanket.
is.
The blanket. I was talking about the blanket. Now riding into view is an Indian equestrian group led by a marshal who's well known to many of us. He is actor Iron Eyes Cody. And there's Iron Eyes, all dressed in traditional attire. Well, that's not Iron. That looks like Buffalo Bill. All the members of this illustrious Indian group have associated themselves with worthwhile charities and schools for runaway and battered children.
Next comes a very dramatic-looking float with a truly international flair. International House of Pancakes, all the world's a stage. Excuse me. This entry salutes the contributions of the theater to our world's history and mankind's cultural development. A dazzling theater stage turns to reveal scenes from two of the world's best-loved musicals, Fiddler on the Roof and The King and I, with 8 children portraying the actors on the stage. Let's see if we can hear some of it. I want you to tell us about some flowers.
Well, these are easy names for me. We have a lot of orchids on board, gladiola and carnation petals, and, of course, roses. You have to have roses, gee.
At each side of the stage are large floral sculptured masks representing an Oriental girl and a European clown. This is the first time I've ever gotten front row seats to either of these two great musicals, Pat.
You know, it's fun watching this parade, but it must be really exciting to be actually riding in one of them, huh?
You know it.
Well, great bands, marvelous horses, and spectacular floats. You can see them all right here on NBC, and we'll be right back.
Come on, come on, come on, come on over to the right light.
For great fruit taste.
Del Monte light.
Del Monte, we grow great taste.
You are cold with your body.
Del Monte vegetables are picked and cooked the same day to help seal in nutrition. Nutrition that works.
So you better treat it right.
Del Monte, we grow nutrition.
Better, better, better.
Better.
Butterfinger's better. It's a better Butterfinger. It's a crispier, crunchier Butterfinger bar. They made Butterfinger better, so you simply cannot get a peanut butterier tasting Butterfinger. Better. A crispier middle for the best taste yet. Makes Butterfinger's guaranteed freshness.
Better.
Butterfinger's better, better. Get a Butterfinger. Get a better Butterfinger. Now it's come.
Well, we are not alone here.
Yes.
There are. Hi, gang. How are you? Nice to see you all.
Why don't we look at some of the assortment of people that are in the audience? What kind of person comes? Happy 87, Mr. Wright.
Bob Wright's family is out there with there are an estimated 1 million plus people along the parade route. Many of them have been here for days, kind of getting settled in and finding a good spot. It is a real New Year's Day tradition to be here. And you ever been here as a spectator?
I've never been here. This is my first time. This is just wonderful.
I did it a couple of years, and it's mingling is almost as much fun as watching the parade.
I imagine. Oh, yes, look, making its third appearance at the Tournament of Roses parade here today is the Riverview High School Kilty Marching Band from Sarasota, Florida. The band's 280 members are wearing bright jackets and dressed McDonald tartans, in honor of their community's Scottish founders. Oh, that's quite regalia there. That's really nice. I'm very partial to all things Scottish myself.
I don't know if I could wear a kilt.
I think you could.
It's just cultural. I'm sure I could if I were used to it.
I love bagpipes.
It's interesting that we've heard two bagpipe groups, one from Scotland
Jordan,
and one from Jordan.
That's right. My dad tried to learn to play the bagpipes. We got him a starter pipe. It's without the bags. It was horrendous. It's a very hard instrument to play.
I love bagpipes, but I would say that bad bagpipe playing would probably be the worst.
Worse than violin.
Yeah.
Worse than bad violin.
Learning to play must be a torture.
So you know these young people are very good if they're here.
And there you go. There are many ways to march in a parade.
That's right. Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Oh, boy. This is a winner. This is the theme trophy winner. And it's from the Baskin-Robbins Ice Cream Company. And, of course, that's Nessie, Scotland's famous Loch Ness monster. Now, when Nessie gets up there, as she will, and we hope we get to see that, but she will be 40 feet in the air, high over the head of the spectators. And you'll have to trust me on that, folks. But it's nice that you can get down to crowd level, too, and have a look at what's going on.
I hope this is, actually, isn't this the longest float? I think it's either one of the longest or the longest, 95
among them,
feet.
Yeah. And children aboard dressed in Scottish
Well, they're
garb.
propelling the float.
Is that what they're doing? I see.
People power.
And look out.
Oh.
Close call.
Friendly sort.
Yeah. Imagine being run over by the Loch Ness Monster. How do you explain that to your insurance agents?
Oh, I hope he can go up for us. It's really spectacular.
Come on, Nessie. Up, girl. Is Nessie a girl? I don't know.
This one is.
No. Shouldn't look so mean. 200,000 blossoms are aboard this float. Carnations, camellias, roses, lilies, iris, on and on and on here.
It says here, Nessie's eyes sparkle with seaweed.
Only in a parade will you ever use that line.
Ever again.
The lashes, by the way, are hyacinth roots. So
every single detail, every single covered surface on every float has to be some organic substance grown somewhere in this world.
That's right. And they've come from all over the world,
Yes,
too.
they have. There were ones that came in from Malaysia, I think. Was it?
Yeah, we're going to stay with Nessie a little bit here and hope
let's
that
build
she
the
goes
tension
up.
here
Yeah,
about
I don't know whether
elevating Nessie's head up.
I think she's having a good time looking at the floats, yeah.
Well, she's afraid she's going to lose her close-up if she gets too far up. But we've got a crane shot, Nessie. Come on. Uh-oh, is she making a move?
The 98th Tournament of Roses Parade has been the first in a series of Nabisco Family Showcase presentations we'll be bringing you throughout the year.
Well done, but back to Nessie.
What are you doing? Getting cheese balls for you.
It's no secret that people find Planters snacks irresistibly delicious. But what makes them even more appealing is that they stay that way between snacks. Because Planters canister locks in the flavor, so you'll want to eat all there is to eat.
You missed one, Mom.
Planters snacks. We put a lid on flavor.
Is your breath a little strong? A little embarrassing? Are you tired of avoiding the problem? Then have a Milkbone dog biscuit. Every delicious crunch of Milkbone helps scrape away plaque and food particles that can lead to bad breath. In fact, no other leading dog biscuit gets your teeth naturally cleaner and whiter or your breath fresher. Get Milkbone dog biscuits because naturally every dog wants fresher breath.
Now that Christmas is over, the biggest sale is starting a half hour earlier. That's right. Sale of the Century is on at 10 Eastern, 9 Central and Pacific, starting Monday.
Next up, the city of St. Louis proudly salutes a few of its more illustrious residents with this award winner. This is the Queen's Trophy winner for most effective use of roses, and you can see why here. We're talking about the famous Clydesdale horses. And there's the easiest way to tell a Clydesdale, I guess. They are magnificent.
Their blankets are made of floral, of petals, too.
I'm telling you, everything.
Boy, they are so beautiful.
Now, also on board, of course, we have the Scottish dancers. And we also have a Clydesdale actually riding on the float. There he is, a little
baby.
guy.
Yes.
A mere 600 pounds, just a tot.
Oh. I want to see his feet.
Those are members, by the way, of the Tartan McDonald clan who are dancing there in their traditional costumes. And by the way, something never seen in this parade before, Royal Stuart plaid horses lining the base of the entry. Those are roses, not
plaid
horses.
Roses, right.
If you have a plaid horse, you're in real trouble.
Next, riding in proud royal fashion are 6 members of the Queen's own Royal Hussars, led by the unit leader Major J.E.R. Bulkeley, J.E.R. Members of the ceremonial mounted British Army unit have flown in from places as far away as London and Frankfurt, West Germany, to be here with us this morning.
This is great, and of course it's an award winner, the Governor's Trophy for the best city entry, and the city is Torrance, California, and we're saluting the British here. Bully for the British. The customs and cultures are a major role in world history, and there we have, standing proudly 24 feet tall, this friendly British bulldog with a costume from the Royal English Cavalry. Well, the way they've done this, they've built this whole thing on a giant lumber carrier, and the engine and the driver are 10 feet above street level. So
wow,
he's doing a fine job, he or she, whoever's driving down there.
I'm really knocked out by this one. I think this one is so adorable.
Mostly dried mums on this float, by the way.
I guess because of the color, they needed the dark brownish. A newcomer to this year's parade, the equestrian team of 13 horses and 3 trumpeteers, comes from the medieval from the medieval times dining and jousting tournament complex in Buena Park, California. Dressed in period medieval costumes, this royal-looking group is led by Marshal Andres Gelabart. I understand this is a place where you can go watch jousting and eat and throw bones and things over your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm tired of doing that at home. And now, sailing down Colorado Boulevard comes Occidental College's Centennial Ship of Learning, a vessel which is seemingly built on oversized tools of education. We have books and classics from academic disciplines making up the hull of the ship. And there's a huge paintbrush which forms the mast there. We have floral musical instruments, pens, a podium, sports equipment, and drafting instruments. There's also a computer, which you're going to see, which is flashing Happy New Year World in the 8 foreign languages currently taught at the college. There you go. The languages, of course, as you recognize, are English and 7 others.
Let's see, gladiola petals, seaweed again, poppy seeds, mums, roses, marigolds, carnation petals, clover seeds, palm bark, and orchids.
By the way, last time this college entered the parade was 1925 with a flatbed truck full of flowers and a caged tiger. So they've come a long way since then.
Yes, they sure have.
I've said that often.
Here we have another award winner. This award is presented for excellence of craftsmanship, the FTD Association Director's Trophy. You ever wonder what FTD stood for, Pat?
Hardly a day goes by where I don't wonder that.
Well, the Florist Trans World Delivery Association has dramatically recreated one of the original 7 wonders of the world, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. And looking at this float today, it's no wonder these gardens were considered the most beautiful in the world. Cascading from ornate oval tiers are luxurious terraces of anthurium, roses, and dendrobium orchids. I said it. While graceful reed boats laden with flowers glide through lagoons of exotic water lilies. I hope everyone at home is watching this in color, Pat. It is just beautiful.
Well, if they're not, they can call Ted Turner, and he can do something about it, I'm sure. Little humor in there.
Little.
And again, what's a parade without kids, huh? They make up a large part of the people populating the floats, and they're having a great time. And I'm just amazed by the sculpture work that they do on the faces. And then, of course, they have to cover it with the flowers and the seeds. Well, this is exciting for this group because it's their debut Rose Parade appearance. The 270-member Boardman High School Spartan Marching Band from Boardman, Ohio. Their director is Thomas A. Grook. even though you'd think they'd know who they are by now, we still have to pause for our stations to identify themselves.
Saturday nights a scream when the facts of life goes psycho. Then on 227, a video date turns into Fright Night.
So sexy.
Then it's the Golden Girls' shocking reunion for Ma.
You call this old bag a present?
Then on Amen, it's a lesson in honor thy father and love thy neighbor.
Saturday.
Penn State and Miami fight it out for the national championship here at the Fiesta Bowl Friday night at 8. And before the game, watch our live preview, The Battle for Number 1 at 7:30 on Channel 8.
Right now, Curtis Mathis has hundreds of pre-leased and pre-rented home entertainment products available. And starting today, we're passing them along to you at super low special prices. VCRs as low as $199, 25-inch color consoles as low as $399, complete stereo systems as low as $299, color portables as low as $199. And there's even a free movie club membership and 15 free movie rentals with any purchase. But quantities are limited, so look in the white pages for the Curtis Mathis dealer nearest you.
WGAL TV 8, first in stereo in Pennsylvania.
Now, this is the float that wins the Humor Award. This is the Dr. Pepper float who won the award for the most humorous presentation. Dr. Pepper's 27th consecutive entry is the 65-foot inchworm, all set to travel the world. But it may take him 80 years to complete the journey at today's parade pace of 2.5 miles per hour. Fully equipped with road map, travel bag, road cap, and goggles, this inchworm's 6 arms and legs propel him slowly but surely eastward along Colorado Boulevard. This sure-footed entry is created with silver leaf, white, yellow, and red mums. And look at this! Home for this 160-member Raider marching band is Stevens High School, Rapid City, South Dakota. This fine band has won top awards around the country and was recently awarded the prestigious Sudler Flag of Honor by the John Philip Sousa Foundation. And that's quite an award for a parade band, the John Philip Sousa Foundation. Directors Milo Winter and Stan Hansen lead this group in its first Rose Parade appearance. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm Ted Johnson, drum major of the Rapid City Stevens High School Band. From the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota, we wish you all a safe and happy New Year.
Nice outfits. I like those.
Yeah.
Today, the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elk salute the children of all nations, the true wonders of the world, with this charming entry featuring the figures of 15 children representing countries from around the world. You can try to pick out where they're from. Each is created with roses, iris, orchids, ginger, and tulips. And each child is surrounded by some of the international landmarks as Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, and other such items. Sponsors of this float have raised over $600 million in their 118-year history to support a multitude of charities, many of which are concentrated on young people. They do a lot of terrific work, and that's a terrific float, too.
Yes, it is, and they sure are. Today, Marshal Isabel Fetterman marks her 22nd year of Rose Parade participation as she leads riders of the Fetterman and Tanner group, dressed in colorful Western attire, riding beautiful Appaloosa mounts. Those are about as Appaloosa as you can get. Wow.
Next up, the host city for the 1988 Winter Olympics, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, salutes a winter wonderland. And riding high above this dramatic setting in a bobsled are Heidi and Howdy. They are the official mascots of the Winter Games. You'll be seeing a lot of them over the coming year or so. Here, wooden toy figures participate in the 9 official sports of those Winter Olympics, and they are, in case you're wondering, bobsled, speed skating, figure skating, ice hockey, ski jumping, biathlon, cross-country skiing, alpine skiing, and the ever-popular luge. And I guess they use mostly white mums and carnations on that float. Makes sense with snow.
Yes.
Heidi and Howdy.
We recently saw this famous band marching in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Here's the McDonald's All-American High School Band made up of 104 high school students, 2 selected from each state of the Union and Washington, D.C., and 1 each representing the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. Each band member is wearing their own high school uniforms under those yellow, red, and blue vests. They're making their 18th consecutive Rose Parade appearance here this morning under the musical supervision of Dr. William Foster.
We will return to all the festivities of the 1987 Tournament of Roses Parade right after this.
Did you love those when you were little?
Peppermint Lifesavers?
Yeah.
More than boys.
Well, how about now?
No? Oh, I'm torn.
I bet you love to share them.
With the right person.
Well, what if I told you something special?
Try me.
Each one of those refreshing little mints has less than 10 calories.
Oh, so I could eat the whole roll.
Well, you wouldn't do that.
You betcha, Lifesavers.
I'm not an actor. I'm just a guy, 30 years old, who had a heart attack. I'm okay now, but I want to tell you one thing I learned from my doctor. Medical studies prove that a diet low in fats and cholesterol, with foods like Fleischmann's margarine, can actually help reduce the level of cholesterol already in your body. And that's one way you can help reduce your risk of heart disease. I thought you'd like to know that. Take care.
Fleischmann's margarine. Ask your doctor.
Hey, you're eating bran cereal because it's good for you, right? Well, guess what's in it besides bran? Sugar. Up to 22 added teaspoons a box. Over a period of time, that can really add up. And up. But Nabisco shredded wheat and bran is different. It's the only leading high-fiber cereal without a grain of added sugar in it. Or even salt. Nabisco shredded wheat and bran. If you're eating bran because it's good for you, why add sugar and salt?
Nabisco. I'm in the mood for another winning float here. How about the International Trophy? And that's awarded for the most beautiful entry from outside the territorial limits of the United States. And it goes to this beauty as we move across the vast Pacific to the wonders of ancient China, where China Airlines presents this dramatic entry called Dynasty. 8 ribbon dancers are leading the way with vast columns on the float decorated with ornate dragons, which are symbolic of strength and majesty, they tell me. There's an enormous figure of the phoenix, an ancient symbol of grace and beauty in Chinese legend, and that's covered with mums and poinsettias and birds of paradise. And the beautiful young ladies, by the way, are flight attendants who are relaxing on their day off.
Hardly relaxing. And having fun, though, I'm sure. Now, here is a living tradition that's nearly as old as the Rose Parade itself. Monty Montana's Equestrian group from Canyon Country, California. Monty and his horse Rex made their first appearance here way back in 1925. That's his 9th horse named Rex. You see here today, the one you see here today is his 9th horse named Rex. One of Monty's riders, Trudy Young, taught me how to trick ride for a television special I was in last year. Hello, Trudy, and hello, Monty. He is just wonderful.
And here comes the anniversary trophy winner. That's for Best Display of Life in the USA. And this year, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants celebrates the 100th anniversary of the accounting profession. Let me add that up here. Yes, 100. That's the accounting profession in America, this ruggedly handsome tribute to New World discovery. And here to tell us about it is the chairman of the AICPA, J. Michael Cook.
On behalf of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, our 250,000 members in business, public practice,
government, and education. As we celebrate the centennial year of the CPA profession in the United States, we wish you a happy and prosperous new year.
This, I think they use a lot of cinnamon on this float.
Yeah, they smell very nice.
Oh, here's this mousse. Yes, I think they do have. They have cherry tomatoes on this float.
You keep mentioning the food that they have. Can we get something for this woman to eat here? Marky's hungry.
I just think that's amazing.
That's a real face.
Oh,
they
this
could
is
not
the one
have made
with the
that.
Idaho. That's true.
Yeah.
The Idaho potatoes serve as river pebbles.
Okay.
Okay.
You want some fries?
I'm off it now. Oh, now here's a fun float, Pat. Sporting an enormous 35-foot-tall jack-in-the-box, which you will see soon as its focal point, is the wonderful world of Puerto Rico, filled with vacation magic and decorated with scenes of Puerto Rico. It's on its way. I hear it's coming around the corner.
Well, they're winding up the box.
There it is. There it is. Well, it's up and now it's coming down. Surrounded by sculptured mega hibiscus, the territory's official flower. Popping out of the box in a surprise New Year's greeting is a lovely animated senorita. Two colorful dancers created with carnations, orchids, and status follow closely behind.
Here's a pop quiz. What is Puerto Rico's official flower?
Mega hibiscus.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now let's see if we can get her out of the box. Nobody's winding the thing. I think don't you have to do that?
She's in there with Nessie, I think. Here she comes.
There she comes.
You get the theme music behind that? From West Side Story.
Oh, yeah.
Very cute, very cute. Oh, that's amazing.
With as much animation as there has been, it's just amazing how flawlessly everything has functioned here.
You know it.
And some of the lovely ladies. And some very tall ladies there. Now they're following behind the float there, these colorful dancers. They are created with carnations, orchids, status, and real people, too, in there, I should point out. I don't do it. I wonder how they do it. I guess there's a car under there.
There must be a little golf cart or something.
Very tall women in roller skates.
We're back with the world-class Quadrille de Mujeres Equestrian group made up of 19 women riders ranging in age from 20 to 60. These volunteer riders mounted on perfectly matched quarter horses come from a myriad of backgrounds. I understand there's everything from farmers to executives here in this group, Pat, held together by their love of drill horses. I don't know which one she is, but this group is led by Shirley Ann Hartman, Marshal Shirley Ann Hartman for today. More of our Rose Parade coverage coming up after this.
When it's cold and rough outside, try something warm and creamy inside. Cream of wheat hot cereal and instant mix and eat. Their smooth texture always lets the flavor come through. Two great ways to come in from the cold.
Hey, I avoid sugar. That makes me feel good about me.
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. You've got new carefree sugarless stuff, fresher taste that's sugar-free. Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree.
Carefree's got such a great fresh taste. Why would anyone chew gum with all that sugar?
Feeling carefree. Nothing strong.
Stingray's back, and this time it's a whole new game.
Catch the return of Stingray Friday.
Next up, a graceful Malaysian beauty invites Rose Parade audiences to enjoy the wonders of her country as she turns and bows in the traditional gesture of welcome. Very graceful. A great headdress she is wearing is shimmering with golden patterns of rare and exotic orchids never before seen in the parade, so a first for us here. And there are lovely Malaysian ladies on board standing beneath a towering pagoda-style roof while a native family of orangutans is going to be coming up in back. They are back there along with a beautiful horn-billed toucan. there they are. We've seen a few butterflies in the parade, and boy, that's a nice thing to have to decorate with flowers, isn't it?
Yes.
Just go wild with colors there.
Yes. I can't get over her motion. You're so right, it's so graceful. And now marching smartly into view from Rocky Mount, North Carolina comes all 160 members of the Rocky Mount Senior High School Marching Band in their first Rose Parade performance. And here's band member Anna Martinez.
Hello, my name is Anna Martinez, and I'm proud to represent the state of North Carolina in the Tournament of Roses Parade. I would like to wish you a Happy New Year from the Rocky Mount Senior High School Marching Band.
We have a winner. Tournament special trophy goes to this float. This, by the way, is awarded for exceptional merit, not recognized in any other category. Eastman Kodak presents this here, the Oriental Dragon King, legendary serpent ruler of the deep Pacific. Ooh. Dragon swings his fearsome head from side to side as animated ocean waves roll toward the cliffs below. Kind of mean looking, isn't it? In a nice way.
Yes, in a parade sort of way.
Yeah.
Ooh, my.
Smoking.
It's on fire.
I recognize a lady up front there. That is Leslie Kim Kawai from 1981, the Rose Queen from that year. Looking lovely as ever. I like him. His body, by the way, is created with orange and red roses and marigolds and mums. Well, I believe in dragons. I don't care what anybody says.
Me too. Riding handsome Paso Fino horses comes the Stuart Hamblin family from Canyon Country, California, in their 7th Rose Parade appearance. Dressed in traditional Peruvian gaucho attire, 3 generations are represented in this colorful family equestrian group. That would be a grandfather, a father, and a son. Or the female equivalent.
Yeah, I think I understand. Lowry Foods, Inc. celebrates its 15th consecutive year of participation in the Tournament of Roses Parade with this fanciful float entry, The Romance of Italy. And a couple of special guests on board, the Voyager crew, Dick Rutan and Gina Yeager. They've had quite a few weeks, haven't they?
Boy, they sure have.
Nice to have them along and getting a lot of reaction from the crowd.
Yeah.
those parasols. They're beautiful. And they're rotating there where you can see their designs of orchids and roses and marigolds.
Oh, they're receiving a standing ovation. That's just wonderful. And they deserve it. Isn't that something?
This is probably an easier ride than the
I was going to
Voyager
say,
ride.
it's a little slower, too. I'm not used to being earthbound. And here, riding proudly down Colorado Boulevard, comes the White Horse Group, smartly dressed in Western style and period costumes of the late 1800s, led by Marshal Richard Sauco of Saugus, California.
This Farmers Insurance Group's 27th Rose Parade entry is a really spectacular recreation of the internationally famous Mississippi River Delta Queen showboat, one of the last two passenger-carrying riverboats left in America. And at the wheel is a fellow who's used to being there, Commodore Harold D. Marrero, a fifth-generation steamboat captain who has been in command of the real Delta Queen for 52 years, if you can believe it. Among the passengers, there's the Commodore. Also on board, by the way, Missouri Governor John Ashcroft and his family. I believe there they are. And we have some Dixieland bands there and 25 live performers. So there is a lot going on that float, let me tell you.
I should say. Oh, boy, they're coming fast and furious. Today, Pepperdine University celebrates their 50th anniversary with its first Rose Parade entry, a tribute to the mysterious long-lost civilization of Atlantis. More than 9,000 pounds of flowers were used to create this 65-foot underwater vision, featuring graceful figures reminiscent of the ancient Greek maidens supporting balustrades covered with cascading flowers. Floral waves of water swirl around the detailed ocean life, and timeless submerged ruins created out of carnation petals, chrysanthemums, and protea. 6 university students costumed in classic white gowns accompany this absolutely gorgeous entry. And there they are.
All underwater.
We'll return to the 98th Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California in just a minute.
Second baseman. Can you see okay?
Yeah.
Peanuts! Get your fresh roasted peanuts! 2. Want some peanuts?
Yeah.
Remember fresh roasted peanuts? One whiff, and you knew how good they taste.
They're still warm.
If you think that fresh taste is a thing of the past, you should try Planters dry roasted peanuts. They're so fresh, so flavorful. They taste like they're fresh from the roaster.
Fresh roasted peanuts!
Planters, the peanuts with fresh roasted taste.
Concerned mother? You better believe it. We spend time together. Right now, we're having a snack with Nilla wafers. They're Nabisco, and I like that. And she loves them, don't you?
Yeah.
No fudge, no fluff. Just simple goodness I can feel good about. Only the best for her. You know?
Yeah.
Nabisco Nilla wafers. Simple goodness you can feel good about.
Nabisco.
All of us at Nabisco hope you have enjoyed the excitement of the Tournament of Roses parade. It showed us just a sample of the unique wonders our world has to offer. Happy New Year from our Nabisco family. May 1987 be filled with joy for you and those you love.
Next, an old friend, Rotary International, presents their 8th Rose Parade entry, presenting scenes of 3 third-world countries where this organization's projects are bringing new hope. Now, featured here is a floral framework of chrysanthemums, cornhusk, and roses, which surround different scenes. A scene from Guatemalan jungles where the fight against polio continues, experimental fish farms in the Philippines, and an Ethiopian desertscape where efforts to dig new wells and purify existing water supplies is underway. More than 1 million Rotarians in more than 160 countries currently support these worthwhile projects. Well, it's movie-making time. Culver City presents a setting from the original picture Tarzan, complete with exotic jungles, African wildlife. And guess what? Tarzan is on board, swinging his way. Is he going to do a rope? Well, I hope so. We'll find out in a moment. But
there he goes.
There he goes. Whoa. Oh, no wonder he went over there. By the way, I hate to disappoint people, but most of the Tarzan films were not done in deepest Africa. They were done at movie studios in Culver City, so sorry. But there's all the jungle friends.
There he goes.
By the way, the young man there, Scott, the young lad playing Boy, is the son of famed float builder Rick Chapman.
$282 students from Big Sky, Hellgate, and Sentinel High Schools in Missoula, Montana make up this Missoula High School marching band, which is so large, Pat, it requires 3 band directors. Leading the band in its second Rose Parade appearance are Frederick Nelson, Richard Erickson, and John Combs.
This.
Nabisco Family Showcase has sponsored the 98th Tournament of Roses Parade on NBC.
Well, this certainly has been a world of wonderful parade here in Pasadena, Pat.
World of wonderful, little play on words there. It really has been. But don't forget, the day is young. We still have the Rose Bowl coming up this afternoon.
Thank you so much for letting me share in all this fun this morning.
It has been my pleasure. It's been nice
Happy
working
New
with you.
Year.
So, with the best wishes from all of us here at NBC to all of our viewers around the world who now have to remember to write 1987 on their checks, Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye-bye. Happy New Year.
By popular demand, Remington's back.
Irrevocably married.
If you thought their wedding was wild, wait till you see the honeymoon.
Welcome to Mexico.
Will they both take a plunge with the wrong date?
You want the official version or the truth?
A 2-hour Remington Steele, Monday.
Penn State and Miami fight it out for the national championship here at the Fiesta Bowl Friday night at 8. And before the game, watch our live preview, The Battle for Number 1 at 7:30 on Channel 8.
The climb to the top in York demands uncommon time and effort. What little time remains is a precious commodity. Even personal rewards like buying a Mercedes-Benz can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be this way. Because Deal Motor Company has developed an uncommon service for the achiever who doesn't have the time to shop. It begins with a traveling salesman. Deal Motor Company. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
Here, have a drink.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, buddy! Hey, have a beer!
Some people think drinking is really the thing to do. It's not.
Because if you start now, you're headed for big trouble later. If your idea of a good time is drinking, you've got a problem already. Think about it. Talk to somebody about it. Do something about it before it's too late.
A message from the Pennsylvania Medical Society, dedicated to your good health.
Frohes neues Jahr.
Any way you say it, have a happy new year.
The way little Kissyfur's been acting lately, I decided what we needed was a lady's touch around the house. So I hired a nanny to help out. That was my first mistake.
Kissyfur will return after these messages.
I know the perfect way to get fruity tricks. Better hop to it. This is my best disguise ever.
Ah, Bunny.
But this bunny loves tricks. A fruity part of this complete breakfast.
I wonder what he wants.
I want the great taste of orangey oranges, lemony lemons, grapey grapes, all in tricks. Yippee!
Something's up. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
Animal haters.
Hey, Rose. Gosh darn bee wants to tempt old Black Bart's tummy.
With the taste of nuts and honey, it's part of this nutritious breakfast.
Know how to sing, bee.
I'm gonna tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. It's honey of the know.
You know, Black Bart Diesel ain't half bad.
Honey and nuts, huh?
Woohoo!
Somebody tell you to stop singing, bee.
Oh, Bart.
We now return to Kissyfur.
Morning, Dad.
Morning, Kissyfur. Sleep well?
Yep, did you?
All ready for school, little bear?
I think so. What's for breakfast?
Breakfast? Oh, my gosh! Uh-oh. Sorry, Kissyfur. Guess I just don't do some things as well as your mom used to. Hey! Doesn't this stupid paddle cab ever run on time? Oops. Late for work. Have a good day, little bear. Morning, everybody. It's about time. Hey, nice dress. Oh.
How'd you do on your spelling test?
All right, class. For our special project today, we're going to make Mother's Day cards.
Look, Kissyfur. Hey, where's your Mother's Day card? I don't have a mom anymore, too. Oh, I forgot.
Then you won't be needing this.
Give that back, Lenny.
Why? You gonna save it for Father's Day?
Oh, Kissyfur, Lenny, now you stop at this instant. All right, you two have some explaining to do to your folks.
What a day. Seems like the chores are never done.
Gus, I'm afraid I have some bad news. Oh, my, Gus, it's not that bad.
Hello, Miss Emmy. Everything all right?
Not exactly. Kissyfur?
Little Bear, what happened?
He was fighting with Lenny Warthog.
Fighting? What about?
Nothing.
Then you better go to your room till you think of a better reason. I'll call you for dinner.
I don't want any dinner. I just want to be alone.
Gus, you really needn't drive me home. You look awfully tired.
It's okay, Miss Emmy. I just wish I knew what's bothering little Kissyfur.
Well, Mother's Day is coming up, and not having a mom hit him kind of hard.
Poor Kissyfur. Sure wish I could do something to help him. What our home needs is a woman's touch.
A woman's touch?
Miss Emmy, I have to ask you a real tough question.
Yes, Gus?
Miss Emmy, would you...
Yes?
Would you know where I could find a good nanny?
A nanny? I'll think about it.
Oh.
Night, Dad.
Good night, Kissyfur. If only you were still with us.
Poor Dad. He really misses Mom. Sure wish I could help him.
Quiet, Jolene. You're scaring all the fish away. Women never appreciate men's hard work. Uh-oh. Will you come out of there, Floyd?
Now, Jolene, I think Clam got me.
Relax, stupid. It's nothing but an old... Floyd, run for your miserable life! Relax, Jolene. It's only a bear costume. Lloyd, for once in your life, I think you did something right. Not bad. Aw, Jolene, this'll never work. Hush up and put the dress on. Turn around. Good. Now sit down. With this old bear suit, you can walk right up to one of those sappy swamp critters and grab for our supper. Now, let's get moving. No, it's all wrong. My plan's all wrong. This hat's all wrong for these shoes. Ow! Okay, I'm coming. Not so fast, Jolene. The wind's messing up my dew.
Where is that gun? There's never a paddle cab when you need one.
Yeah, this is it, Floyd. Chicken dinner. Go get 'em. Oh, no. Yoo-hoo! A lovely day, isn't it?
No, it isn't. My sister and I are late for tea.
Then let me give you a lick.
Oh, we hate to be any trouble, dear.
No trouble at all. Whoops.
Well. Look who's here.
Oh.
My new nanny.
Nanny?
Sorry I'm late, ladies. Let me get my nanny settled, and I'll be right back.
Well, it seems that this plan is going to work much better than I thought.
Don't be shy. You'll love it here. Kissyfur!
Yeah, Dad.
Kissyfur, I want you to meet... Now, where'd she go?
Oh.
Ah, there you are, you shy little thing. Kissyfur, meet your new nanny.
Nanny?
Hi. I'm Kissyfur. What's your name?
Me?
Mimi. That's a real nice name. Well, go ahead and make yourself at home, Miss Mimi. We've got chores to do.
Oh. Please, Jolene, don't make me go back. Quit worrying and just keep acting like a nanny. Then invite all those tasty little cubs on a swamp picnic. I'll do the rest.
Kissyfur will return after these messages.
Those lonely pound puppies really need to be rescued. Pound puppy, I'm so glad to find you. Put that lonely puppy pound behind you. You need a name. I'll call you Freckles.
Lots of pound puppies need your love.
Ask for me, Petey.
And when they're this lonely and this lovable, one more is always welcome.
Come sharing all our cuddling, caring puppy love.
Pound puppies. Each sold separately. From Tonka.
Okay, Croc, you'll do anything to get the real cookie taste of Cookie Crisp cereal.
I know. It even looks like those chocolate chip cookies.
But it stays crispy and milk, and it's part of this complete breakfast.
If you like cookies, you'll love Cookie Crisp.
And if you like bubble gum, you'll love Bubblicious Free and Cookie Crisp. It's the ultimate bubble in strawberry, raspberry, and new chocolate mint. You can try all 3 flavors. There's 1 pack free in Cookie Crisp cereal.
We now return to Kissyfur.
Dinner time! Oh. Eat it while it's hot. Don't wait for me.
Feast your eyes on this, Kissyfur. Doesn't it look, good?
Yeah. Almost ashamed to eat it.
This is really...
Dad, doesn't the fire look a little low?
My. Hungry today, aren't we? Well, how is it?
Awful. Good. Awful good.
Yeah. Awful good.
Miss Sammy. Miss Emmy, what are you doing here? Oh.
I brought over some honey stew, but I see you've already eaten.
Us? Oh,
Us?
No.
Oh, no.
They sure did, dearie. Ate 2 helpings, too.
It must have been very good.
Well, yes, it was good. Right, Kissyfur?
Yeah. Real good, Dad.
Oh, too bad. I guess I'll just have to give this to the warthogs.
Come, boys. It's not bedtime yet. We still have dessert.
Kissyfur! Hurry up or you'll be late. Morning, everybody.
Oh, Kissy Bear, you forgot your lunch.
Thanks, Miss.
My. What a chubby one you are. And who's this little little lady?
I'm Bee Honey.
Delicious. Delighted to meet you. Oh, I have a splendid idea. How would all you little cubs like to come to a nice picnic after school?
Well, I don't know, Miss Mimi.
Oh, boy! Good.
Kissyfur sure seems to like your new nanny, Gus.
Yeah, guess I'll have to learn to live with her. For little Kissyfur's sake.
Class dismissed. Oh, Kissyfur.
Yes, ma'am?
I haven't seen much of you lately. How would you like to stop by my place for a slice of nice, fresh honey pie,
Gosh, I'd love to, Miss Emmy. But my nanny's taking us on a picnic.
Oh, I see.
Come on, Kissyfur, you'll be late.
Have fun.
Hey, this is going to be terrific.
We're going to have a delicious time.
Yay!
Let's go.
What's wrong, Kissyfur? Don't you like picnics? Yeah, but I bet she messes it up. Who? Miss Mimi. Her cooking's terrible. Her housekeeping's a disaster. And she's just plain weird. Does your dad know how you feel? I wouldn't dare tell him. He was pretty lonely before Miss Mimi came. He likes having her around.
Miss Emmy Lou?
I'm not home.
What's the matter?
That woman is the matter.
What woman?
The somewhat unattractive one. Living in your home and cooking all that wonderful food and taking such wonderful care of you and Kissyfur.
You mean our nanny? But she's the worst cook in the whole world. Here, look at this muffin. Whoops.
Oh, my. I'm beginning to see what you mean. Who on earth would put swamp grass in a muffin?
I was wondering if maybe you could talk to her, since you recommended her.
I did. Why, Gus, I've never seen her before in my life.
What? Then where'd she come from? Gators!
Is this funsies?
No. How much further to this dumb picnic?
Not much further.
Ooh, it's yucky and mucky here.
We're hungry, Miss Mimi. When will we eat?
Soon. And I'm much hungrier than any of you.
Hey, who's making all the stupid racket? It's me, Gus. Ooh. Yeah? Charles, you know where the Cubs went for their picnic? Don't you know? She's your stupid nanny.
Gus, up here, hurry. Look, high heel track.
Uh-oh.
Kissyfur will return after these messages.
Twix puts the dig in your gig. It puts the boom into your beat.
Puts the rhythm in your feet.
Keeps you rocking along. Puts the soul into your song. You can keep on moving with Twix. Chocolate caramel satisfaction. Like crispy cookie gets you back in the action.
Nothing two sticks of Twix can't fix.
Foot slip, smack, back in your rap. Keep on moving with Twix. I gotta feel the taste, gotta make it right. Just one thing will do. Gotta get pumped, yeah, gotta get pumped. I gotta cause a splash, gotta feel the blast. Just one thing will do. Gotta get pumped, yeah, gotta get pumped.
The pop sensation of Kellogg's Corn Pop cereal. Golden nuggets of corn popped up sweet and light. A poppin' great part of this nutritious breakfast.
I gotta get pumped, yeah, gotta get pumped.
It's the all-new Blockbusters.
What S is our nation's #1 food additive? Sugar? Sugar is correct.
Host Bill Rafferty brings on the best who can bust an amazing, mind-menacing maze and win it all.
One is fat and one is skinny.
We're all in Hardy.
The all-new Blockbusters, premiering Monday on NBC.
What a game.
We now return to Kissyfur.
Here we are, my little cubs.
Yay!
Now do we eat?
No!
Now we eat! Hurry, cubs, get here. I'll handle this.
Hold him, Miss Mimi. I don't get it.
Yes, what's going on?
Guess who's coming? A dinner.
Lloyd, quit gawking and help with this fire.
I knew this picnic was a dumb idea.
Wait a minute. This is a wooden cage. Toot, you can chew us out. Yeah, eat the cake.
And I say we start with the rabbit.
And I want the bear cub.
Rabbit!
Bear cub.
No, rabbit!
No, I want
Rabbit!
bear cub.
Huh? Hey! I said I'm getting away! Rabbit! Come back here, you little sneak! Stop it! Rabbit, going! Wait! Rabbit, hold on!
Come back here, you little critters. I'm gonna get you and cook you. I'm gonna...
Gotcha!
Help! Kissyfur! Help! There he goes! There he goes! Let him go, you dumb gator!
Hey! My wig! My beautiful wig! Oh, my Lakshmi!
Kissyfur, grab it! Oh! You made it! Good going, Kissyfur!
What are we going to do?
That's what these muffins are for, Dwayne.
Muffins? What good are dumb muffins?
Plenty, when they're made by Ms. Mimi.
Hurry up, Floyd!
Don't worry. These cubs aren't going anywhere except into our stomachs.
Where'd they find rocks? In a tree?
Hey, watch what you're saying about my muffins. Oh. Need a tad more butter.
They out of ammo. Now's our chance.
I'll get 'em, Jolene. They can't treat my muffins like that.
Hey! some more firewood.
I don't like this place.
I want to go home.
Hey, be quiet. There's only one place left for you to go. Our stomachs.
Dad!
Oh, hungry gator, sing this song. Yummy. Swamp cubs. Beating on them all day long. Don't bother me, Floyd. I'm busy.
Sorry it turned out this way, Kissyfur. I know how much you liked our nanny.
Me? I didn't like her at all. I thought you liked her.
And I thought you both liked her. A lot more than you liked me.
Oh, boy. Looks like we all have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah.
Bedtime, little bear.
Okay, Dad. Here, I made this for you.
A Mother's Day card.
Yeah, 'cause you're the best dad and Mom a cub could have.
Well, thanks, little bear. I really appreciate this, and I know your mom will, too. I think she'd be real proud of both of us. Aw, Kissyfur.
Total destruction from mountain to shore. What's that sound?
Smurfquake! Smurfquake!
Oh!
The dam is breaking!
What's surfing on out there? Great Smurf! Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf! Are you all right, Papa Smurf? Yes, thank you, Hefty. We have to help the others.
Help! Help! Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf! Where are you? Oh, this is terrible!
The dam must have burst. Let's get a Smurf on. Over here! That should surf it, Papa Smurf.
Help! Help! Papa Smurf! Papa Smurf! Help! Help!
Smurf hold of the rope, my little Smurfs.
Sailing.
This is hard to believe. There hasn't been a Smurfquake in this forest since I was a young Smurf of 102.
But what else could have smurfed us, Papa Smurf?
I'm not sure, Andy. This is very strange. Very strange.
Oh! What is that, Papa Smurf?
Why, I don't know what it was, Smurfette.
We'll need a lot more logs than this to re-smurf the dam and bridge.
Maybe we can smurf some on the other side of that hill.
Gee, I don't remember seeing this hill before.
Oh, clumsy, clumsy, clumsy. A hill can't just smurf up out of nowhere. It takes years and years for a hill to build up. I know because I have studied geology and... Hey, wait for me!
I think Clumsy was right. This is a new hill.
What's that?
Smurfquake! Smurfquake!
What? Hey, look! It's a volcano!
Hello! Hey, he's just a boy.
A little giant.
Hey, who are you?
Grouchy, just a Smurf higher.
I hate higher.
Just a Smurf to the right.
I hate the right.
A little to the left.
I hate the left.
Very Smurfy, Grouchy.
Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf, there's a little giant.
Yeah, and he needs our help.
The poor boy is lost.
Hold it. My goodness, what are you smurfing about?
Well, we met this little giant. His name is Simon, and he... Simon! He told you to stay where you were!
I was lonesome.